Hello folks, welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to see how can we update a file in the GitHub itself. So this is our GitHub repository, Docker I'm taking for this example. And here you can see the option, go to a file, add file and code. So as you know, code is the option to clone our repository in the local system. Whereas add a file helps us to create a new file or else upload a file onto GitHub. Now let me create a file first and then we'll see upload a file. Before that one, if you see here, we have 29 commits. I'm creating a file over here. So let me give a readme.md. Okay, I'm creating a readme.md file and I'm saying that this is Docker repository. And MD stands for Markdown language. And whenever you give hash in the README file, it takes it as a header. Now let's commit this change. So to commit this change, you have your option over here, preview. Preview nothing but how this file looks like. You can see here, this is a Docker repository. Why? Because I have given hash. Whenever we give hash in the Markdown language, it appears as a header. Next, commit new file. So we are committing a new file, and what is the commit ID? Usually we will give git commit -m and the commit information, right? So same thing we should give over here, that is added readme file. Okay, and this is detailed description if you would like to give. I'm just giving the added readme file only. Next, commit directly to the master branch. Yes, I would like to commit on master branch. About new branches, we will talk about later, and commit new file. So this is how we can commit our changes on GitHub itself. Now you can see it has been updated 15 seconds ago and 30 commits. Earlier it was 29 commits and it has done by the Revd itself because that is the username I have logged into. So this is how we can add our commits, and you can see the readme file over here. This is the one, and whenever you have a readme.md file, that automatically open up in your repository, and you can see here readme.md is opened up and what content we have added over here. So this is how we can create a new file. Even we can edit the existing file. Let's take that readme.md file, and I don't want to name it like this as a header, so I can go with the edit option. Here you have a edit option, and I would like to say that. So I have updated this file. Once we have updated, we can go with the preview changes, or else if you scroll down, you can see this one, updated Docker file, updated readme file. Okay, instead of scrolling down, you can just click on preview changes, so that it will tell you that what changes we are doing and the same commit information we can give. All right, so let's commit it out. So this is how we can do commits on our Git repository. Again, if I go back to my Docker repository, this time 31 commits. So apart from this, even we can add a file. I'm just uploading a file, and I can drag and drop that file over here, or else I can choose the file from here. So I'm choosing the option to choose your file. Now I'm choosing VI commands. Let me take it up. And you can see it is uploading, and this has been updated and added VI commands. Okay, so like this we can upload files from the GitHub as well. Now we can see the VI commands file. Yes, VI commands.txt, it is updated 15 seconds ago. Okay, so this is how we can update our changes on the GitHub repository. Okay, now if I go to my laptop, nothing but developer one system and pwd, I'm in the Docker. But if you see, we have done few other commits on the GitHub itself. Those commits are not yet updated over here. Why? Because we have added readme file and VI commands file as well. So these are not yet available over here. So if we want to update something on this repository, nothing but Docker repository, then we must pull the latest code from the GitHub. Why? Because we have done some additional changes. If we don't pull that repository, we don't get the latest changes, and whenever we are committing our changes, then we will face an issue. So for that, git pull I am doing. Okay, you can see here vi commands.txt and readme.md file has been added. Okay, now if I check, you can see readme.md and vi commands.txt, but there is a space. That's the reason it came in quotes. And in the Docker repository, vi commands are not necessary. So now I am going to remove this one, git rm. I'm just removing it, git status, and if I do ls, there is no file called vi. Okay, now I need to commit it, git commit. Okay, before committing, if I check git log, so if we see here, we have latest commits, what we have done in our GitHub. Now I am removing this file. So quit git status once again. So git add dot. Anyway, it is already available in the git commit -m. Okay, we have committed in our local commit. Still, if you go here and refresh, you cannot see the latest change. Till 32 commits are there, and vi file is still there. Now let's commit it, git push origin master. Okay. All right, so we have pushed our changes, and if I go and check it out now, we could able to see 33 commits. So this is how we can do the changes from the GitHub. But one last thing I would like to show you, that is git log. If you see, and you can see here who has committed this change. This is Shankar, and whenever you go to the previous commit, it has done from the GitHub, and we got a random email ID with the Ravdi. So this is how it works. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next lecture.